Hi, and welcome to the artifact review video number 5 for team number 3 for the project Tbit Point Controller Network Function Automation. I would like to start by reviewing the goals for this current sprint. So for sprint 8, we had 3 primary goals. First and foremost, we wanted to accomplish adding a new functionality to our web application that would allow users to configure network devices. Specifically, we're talking about the default configuration not only for OLT devices, but also for ONU devices. Second, we wanted to focus on finding a way to aggregate and analyze statistical data about the network and network's data usage, and that was the goal that was emphasized based on the sponsors' feedback. And finally, for the third goal, we intended to clean up a number of known issues and bugs that we had in the UI that we recorded over the past few weeks, as well as improve overall quality by implementing a new testing approach for the UI itself, specifically through using a Selenium server based software called Protractor. So for the sprint, we had a fairly steady velocity and the closing tasks on schedule. Currently, here is a Scrum board. Most of the tasks, are closed. We do have 2 of them that are still open. Then we might need to finish in the next sprint. Alright, the current version of our web application is right here. So for the first goal of the sprint, we added the ability for the users to configure default settings for the ONU devices. So here in the configuration section, where you can view the devices, we added the ability to make modifications to the configuration of the device. Once I save these changes, an API call is being made to our Django API that makes changes to the database, and then the controller itself that is implemented on the network, the point controller, will implement this new configuration on its next iteration. Further, for the web UI, we made adjustments or added a few new features to the alerts section. As of right now, alert section visually represents the list of alerts that are active on the network for both OLT and ONU devices. This table is also sortable, so you can always view the most recent or the oldest alerts that are available here in the data. For the second goal of the sprint, we were intending to find a way to aggregate statistical data that we currently have in the database, and it's being stored there by the controller. Specifically, we're interested in data usage as well as any errors that are recorded by the controller. So in order to accomplish that goal, we extended the functionality of the API. So here is our API documentation. Here are the endpoints that we added for OLT devices, and then in a similar fashion, there's a number of them added for the ONU devices. This functionality allows us to retrieve the data for a specific device with the ability to specify a time frame that we're interested in, measured in days. The data that we are able to retrieve from the database will be displayed on the statistics tab. Right now, we added an ability for a user to select a device. And then next sprint, we're going to focus on allowing user to view the statistics based on the selection that they make here in the dropdown. And then finally, for third goal, we fixed a number of known bugs and added the unit testing that is specific to the web UI. That is implementing using a software called Protractor, that is using a Selenium server underneath that framework. And that's all that I have for this review. Thank you. Have a good day.